There's a rule in prison nobody writes down, nobody teaches, nobody even talks about, but everyone knows it, and the moment you break it, the entire ecosystem shifts. This is what happened when 3 men made that mistake, not in a riot, not in a fight, in something far quieter, far more dangerous, and by the time they understood what they'd done, it was already too late. This story doesn't end the way you think, and the man at the center of it, he never said a word. Before we continue, this account is reconstructed from verified testimonies and documented incident reports. Names and facility details have been altered for legal protection. What you're about to hear happened. The silence around it was intentional. Federal Correctional Institution, medium security. Midwest, where winters break men before guards ever have to. Daniel Reeves, 5'8", 145 pounds, mid-40s, glasses, the kind of guy you'd forget 5 seconds after passing. He wasn't loud, he wasn't strong-looking, and in a place like this that made him dangerous, in the wrong way. C-block, general population, 4-man cell, bottom bunk near the toilet. 3 cellmates already established. No one knew where he came from, court records sealed. Non-violent offender, low risk, 42 months. That's all anyone had. He kept his distance, didn't join conversations, didn't play cards, didn't trade commissary, just existed. And no one bothered to ask, because in here, curiosity gets you hurt. But there were signs. The way he moved through the cafeteria, eyes tracking exits, body angled, never fully relaxed. The way he slept, any sound he was awake instantly. Officer Brennan, 22 years on the job, wrote in his log, Reeves D., background unclear, behavior inconsistent with typical intake, recommend observation. Nobody read it. And that's where it begins. Not with violence, with invisibility. His cellmates, Marcus, loud, territorial, Luis, younger, angry, proving himself, Trey, quiet but mean, 12 years for aggravated assault. Week 1. Marcus knocked Daniel's toiletries off the shelf, laughed. Daniel picked them up, said nothing. Week 2. Luis ate his commissary food, stared, daring him to react. Daniel went hungry. Week 3. Trey started calling him Professor every day. Daniel never responded. He never reacted, and that made it worse, because in prison, silence isn't strength to predators, it's permission. Week 4. They started taking his things, his blanket, his books, the photo on his shelf. Daniel looked at it every day, said nothing. Week 5. Shower incidents, cutting water, hiding his towel, making him stand wet, cold, while they laughed. Guards saw it, didn't intervene, let them sort their hierarchy. Daniel adapted, showered at odd hours, ate quickly, became smaller, more invisible, but an older inmate, Tommy, watched him sometimes. How he moved, how he breathed. Tommy told someone, that man's too still, like he's underwater. That ain't normal scared, that's trained. Because there's scared, and there's controlled. The difference is subtle, but it's there. Week 7, yard time. Daniel on bleachers reading, a basketball rolled near him. Kid jogged over. You play? Daniel looked up. No, thank you. Normal interaction. Polite, unremarkable. Except Trey saw it. Something about Daniel's tone bothered him. Too calm, not submissive, not scared, just absent of fear. Trey stared. Marcus noticed. What? Nothing. But Trey kept watching. There was a moment, brief, almost invisible, when one of them hesitated. A look, a pause, as if something about him didn't fit. But they ignored it, and that was their first mistake. Week 9, Friday evening. Cells locked for count. Marcus was in a mood. Bad phone call. Anger needs somewhere to go. Daniel was reading. Almost finished his book. Yo, Professor. You ever talk? Daniel glanced up. When necessary. When necessary. Marcus laughed. Hear this dude? Luis. Man thinks he's better than us. I don't, Daniel said quietly. Then look at me when I'm talking. Daniel looked up, met his eyes. Calm. I'm looking. Marcus stood, walked over. You think you're smart? I think I'm reading. Give me the book. Daniel hesitated. First time. It's almost finished. I don't care. Give it. Please, let me finish it. Marcus snatched it, ripped it in half, threw both pieces on the floor. The line was crossed. They took choice. Daniel closed his eyes, breathed slowly, then opened them. Something changed in his expression. Not anger, recognition. like a door closing inside. Trey saw it, stood immediately. Marcus, chill. What? Just chill. Daniel stood, slowly. I asked politely, and I don't care. Marcus stepped closer. Daniel didn't move, didn't flinch. Luis stood, 3-on-1. Marcus shoved Daniel, hard. Daniel caught himself, looked at his hands. Don't, Trey said. To Marcus, stop. Marcus shoved him again. Daniel did nothing, but his eyes weren't there anymore. Somewhere else, somewhere cold. Marcus sat back down. We're done. The cell went quiet. That night none of them slept well. Something had changed. Trey lay awake, listening to Daniel breathe. Too controlled. We shouldn't have done that, he thought. But it was too late. What none of them realized was that this wasn't the first time someone had underestimated him. It was just the first time it happened here. Week 10. Monday. Breakfast. Tommy sat next to Daniel. You military? Daniel looked at him. Why? Where you move. Seen it before. Daniel said nothing. Those boys don't know what they're doing. They're doing what this place teaches. But you're not what they think. Daniel held his gaze. That's a theory. It's more. I seen guys like you twice. Didn't end well. For the other guys. I'm not looking for trouble. I know. But trouble found you. And it doesn't know how to stop. Daniel paused. What would you do? I'd talk to them before it gets worse. And if talking doesn't work. Tommy leaned back. Then you do what you were trained to do. He stood, walked away. What they didn't know was that silence had kept him alive long before this place existed. He wasn't learning how to survive here. He was remembering. Daniel Reeves wasn't always Daniel Reeves. 15 years ago, private security. Executive protection, not Hollywood. Real. Where you neutralize threats before anyone knows they exist. Where violence is a scalpel. Where being invisible is the job. He trained with people who taught him the most dangerous fights are the ones that never look like fights. That control is timing, not strength. He left that life, got married, had a daughter, normal job, until someone from his past came looking, threatened his family, left him one choice. He handled it. Quietly, efficiently. Evidence surfaced. Conspiracy charges. Sealed plea. 42 months. He refused protective custody. Came to general population. Decided to be nobody. Until 3 men decided he was too easy. Until they broke the one rule. Never assume silence means weakness. Week 10. Wednesday. Yard time. Marcus at weights. Daniel on bleachers with new book. Yo, professor got a new book. How long before we take it? Daniel looked up. Met Marcus's eyes. Didn't look away, just watched. Marcus felt it. The hell you looking at? Daniel stood. Put the book down. Started walking toward them. Not fast. Just walking. Trey stood. Marcus, don't. Daniel stopped 10 feet away. I need to say something. Oh, now he talks. I asked you to leave my things alone. You didn't. I accepted that. But I'm asking again. Please. Marcus laughed. Or what? There was no shouting, no speech, just a shift. Daniel's posture changed. Barely. Weight forward. Hands loose. Or nothing, Daniel said. But I'm asking. And I'm telling you I don't care. The yard went quiet. Marcus reached to shove him. Daniel moved. Not a punch. Something else. His hand redirected Marcus's arm. Smooth. Stepped inside. Close. One hand on elbow. Other on shoulder. Specific pressure. Nerve cluster. Marcus's legs buckled. Body stopped working. Dropped to his knees. Gasping. Not hurt. Confused. Luis moved. Daniel's foot swept his leg. Casual. Luis went down face first. Trey raised his hands. I'm good. Daniel released Marcus. Stepped back. Breathing normal. Marcus on his knees. Terrified. Because he didn't understand what happened. Guards rushed in. Everyone down. They pulled Daniel aside. What happened? He tried to shove me. I moved. He fell. Marcus. He did something. Guard looked at them. Reeves, solitary. 72 hours. Yes, sir. They cuffed him, walked him off. As he passed, inmates watched. Different now. Recognition. The laughter stopped first. Daniel spent 5 days in solitary. Review. Self-defense. Minimal force. Return to general population. New assignment. Different block. Single cell. He walked through C block one last time. Different now. Quieter. Respectful. Guys nodded, acknowledging. Marcus looked away. Luis requested transfer. Trey stopped him. I tried to tell him you weren't regular. I know. What were you? Someone who learned not to be seen. Why'd you wait? Because I didn't want this. I just wanted to do my time. And now? Now everyone knows, and that makes it harder. Being invisible only works if people don't know you're dangerous. Trey nodded. I'm sorry. Daniel picked up his box, walked away. After that day, things changed. Not from fear, from understanding. Inmates gave him respect space. Guards watched him differently. Daniel went back to his routine. Reading, quiet. But now the quiet was different. Before, invisibility. Now, choice. Tommy found him in the library. Month later. You good? I'm fine. You were right about not wanting trouble. Doesn't matter, came anyway. Always does. Question is what you do with it. Daniel closed his book. What would you have done? Exactly what you did. Waited till no choice, then made it final. You think I enjoyed that? No, I think you hated it. But you did it. Because that's what people like you do. Absorb, contain. Until you can't. Daniel said nothing. Tommy stood. Rest of your time? You'll be fine. But when you get out, be nobody again. World's full of people like them. If they knew what you can do, you'd never have peace. He walked away. Daniel thought about his daughter, about 42 months, about the man he was trying not to become again. In places built on power, the most dangerous people are never the loudest. They're the ones who learn not to be seen, until being seen becomes the only option. And on that day, they don't fight. They just end it. There's a reason this story isn't famous, isn't in the news, because people who truly understand violence don't broadcast it. They just exist, quietly, until they can't. If this reminds you that strength isn't always visible, that the quietest person might be the most capable, then subscribe. We tell the stories no one else tells, about people no one sees, until it's too late. Because silence is sometimes the loudest warning you'll ever get.